Thank you all very much, and thank you, Rory, for that kind introduction, and thank you, everybody, for what has been an extraordinary and absolutely fascinating and absorbing day. I'm aware that I'm keeping you all for your refreshments, so I shall keep this brief. I have an increasing paranoia that I'm usually the token liver doctor at a meeting, and I wonder why I'm usually asked to give the final remarks immediately prior to the wine being poured. But I think I'm going to use the word prescience as well. In fact, I've used the word prescience several times, I suspect. But I think we are witnessing today, we've witnessed at previous meetings, the sheer scientific power that's resulted from that prescience of thinking and from that vision that led to the foundation of British Biobank. And it has been laid so very clear in the presentations this morning and this afternoon. And I need to say, as the representative of a founder-funder, I feel, and I would like to express, that it's been an institutional privilege for UKRI and MRC to have been and to continue to be integral to this amazing scientific endeavour. If we just think back over what we've heard this morning and this afternoon, the sheer variety, each area is, to my mind, so exquisitely interesting scientifically, but each is also abjectly rich with the potential to tackle real-world medical and societal changes, and all because of the establishment of UK Biobank. Now, normally at this stage in proceedings, it's my custom to attempt to summarise with a brief description of as many of the presentations that one sees during the day as possible. But I'm not going to do that today. I'm not going to do that because I really don't think I could do justice to what we've heard, and that any summary would necessarily be patchy and inadequate. I'm also aware that I might have several hundred thirsty rioters on my hands, because I suspect you'd be here for about an hour if I did it properly. But we've heard about multiomics, we've heard about the impact of research on neurodegeneration, on health outcomes. We've heard about partnerships. We've heard about the interests of industry, the interests of SMEs, big established pharma, philanthropy. And once again, what we see is the power of comprehensive and sequential measurements in real people, in a real world setting, over the course of a lifetime, writ large. So let's reflect then on some of those rather larger statistics that we can generate from the success of Biobank so far. I mean, it has the most extraordinary global outreach and impact. Biobank, in one way or another, supports something like 28,000 researchers across 92 countries worldwide, generated more than 6,000 publications, associated with nearly 70,000 citations, and 275 patents. The subsequent sample assays, which have attracted about 230 million from 17 pharmaceutical and informatics companies, have added considerable value. And of course, we've heard a lot about the whole exome and genome sequencing and the genotyping of all 500,000 participants, together with these endeavours that are now beginning to really ramp up in metabolomics and proteomics. And of course, we're going to see the conclusion of some of those genomic studies within the next 12 months. The funding that MRC and Wellcome Trust put into the multimodal imaging of the brain and the other organs, involving 100,000 participants, was 10 times larger than any previous comparable study. And of course, as you heard right at the very beginning, with Calico and the Chan Zuckerberg Foundation, we have funding to repeat imaging on 60,000 participants. And as someone whose lifetime's research has been in fibrosis, I'm particularly fascinated by that study that will tell us about what happened to patients that had COVID in terms of imaging of their lungs and other organs before and now in a convalescent state. And of course, that study by UK Biobank is, I believe as things stand, the only pre and post SARS-CoV imaging study that has been done at scale anywhere in the world. The other interesting statistic that's popped out of COVID is that something like 800 different groups worldwide have used UK Biobank resource for their research. And finally, I suspect Wolf is on the train back to Cambridge, but I would like to congratulate him. It is truly a first for my organisation to have it intimated that our funding may underpin the rejuvenation of Keith Richards. So what about the future then? Rory has very kindly referred to the funding, the quinquennial review and the settlement that we've managed to obtain. The new funding of 128 million to support the next infrastructure developments have been strongly supported by MRC and UKRI. They were announced by the Secretary of State this summer, and subject to business case approval, of course, we will go ahead as soon as possible. And this provides us with a huge opportunity for the next phase. It will allow us to do multidisciplinary research, linking environmental data and socio-economic data to take a more holistic view of public health. I'm grateful to Rory for telling you all about the robots, for which we're all, I'm sure, will be very proud. The significantly enhanced robotic facility and sample handling we anticipate will allow UK Biobank to tackle whole new cohort challenges and lever a wider range of partnership funding for all of the future analyses. We'll be working closer with our UK partners to better share and analyse data across the research and governmental ecosystems. And you heard in that last session from Andrew Morris on the floor from HDR UK and Michael Chapman as part of the panel. Areas that are really important for us to integrate into this activity. And in addition, we hope to do more to encourage and support SME partnerships, not just those that one might traditionally associate with biomedical research, but of course areas, and we've heard from some in the audience today, areas like data science and AI across key research areas. So thinking about the future, through the strong commitment from UKRI and MRC to support this next phase, this next critical phase of UK Biobank, and with our other core UK Biobank funders, we hope to provide global researchers with increasingly powerful resources and research tools to address critical medical and societal challenges. Finally, it's my job, I think, to offer some very important thank yous. Well, first of all, to all of you delegates. You number, including those online, something like 1,300. So what a fantastic group of individuals, and we've all enjoyed your participation and your questions as integral to this event. I'd like to refer again to the prescience of the founders and the founding funders in terms of actually kicking this really vital, and I use that term almost in its old-fashioned meaning, vital project and programme off. This has been an extraordinary endeavour and an extraordinary journey. I too would like to thank Professor Sir Rory Collins and his team. They are absolutely tireless in their efforts to seek new and exciting opportunities, new and exciting partnerships and funding. And of course, they are behind this fantastic meeting. But most importantly, and most particularly, I would like to thank the 500,000 participants. I know that some of you are here today, and I hope today has proven exciting, interesting, and fulfilling. For your support and for your altruism, on behalf of MRC and on behalf of our research community here and worldwide, I'd like to offer my sincere and heartfelt thanks.